finest predictions on this year's season of Formula One, which will undoubtedly age like milk in the sun. And seeing as how we know how this whole song and dance goes, we may as well just get straight into it. So, first up, let's start with the bottom of the barrel, Haas. And believe you me, I mean every bit of what I just said there. The forecast for this team for this year? Seems to be some dark clouds looming overhead, and this will be a self-inflicted storm on their hands. After a decent start to their time in F1 back in 2016, Haas have been a constant disappointment over the years, and 2024 will be no exception for a variety of reasons, not least thanks to the efforts of Gunther Steiner. He might be a personality, but many know that he is not and never was a technical team principal. He was not someone that was ever going to carry Haas to the promised land. Now, not seeing this for the first couple of years is understandable, but if Gene is seriously going to get upset that a person he entrusted and hired couldn't do the job right for nigh on to 7 years, that's on him. What's more, he can't just get upset that his team isn't beating the likes of Ferrari. He is constantly shopping off their shelf, and Dallara as well, and won't invest in what's needed in order to make his dream happen. And if he's unable to do so, then sell the team to Andretti or to Penske, who themselves are already race winners in Formula One, so that the talented people that you employ can still stay and work, while you do the sport a favor and fuck off back to North Carolina. You are not America's team. You never were. And hell, for a couple of years, y'all didn't even try to pretend to be. And stop thinking you're ever gonna make an impact in Formula One, because this year, it'll be no different. You're gonna start nowhere, and you're gonna fall even further back as the year goes on. Just like every other year, you loaf of unbaked dough. And poor Io and the rest of the team are trying to pick up the pieces of a mess that is entirely your fault, Chief. I'm never going to be invited to one of their launches now, aren't I? You know, it's funny, because I was invited to salvage one, and it might be the last time that happens as well. Because this year, they've decided to shoot themselves in both feet. And while, yeah, I have an affinity for Salvo, given they've been underdogs in the sport for literally longer than I've been alive, the last couple of years have been rough. And to patch up the time in between now, they're bound to be short-lived stint as an Audi factory team. They've taken on board a gambling/streaming company as their title sponsor. Now, look, I get it. You need to bring in the dough to keep your lights on, and you can't just run every title sponsor out of town. But did you guys really need to delete comments about the concerns of gambling addiction? Or are the fine people of Stake.com really that morally bankrupt that they couldn't care less about human misery so long as it lines their own pockets? Well, either way, have fun scoring those 3 or 4 constructors points this year. It might just keep you ahead of Haas in the battle of the mid. And as for the drivers, what more really could be expected of them this year if the car is destined to be in midfield? Well, I don't envy them in the slightest. I guess this is going to be a rough couple of years until Audi comes into the fold. But as average a name as Stake F1 teamers, it is nowhere near as stupid as Visa Cash Grab app Hugo Boss Carb RB F1 team, but definitely not called Racing Balls. Team. Now, you see, that's too damn much. And it's not even down to a sponsorship thing. You can maintain an identity while still bringing in some great sponsors, just like I do with Surfshark. And you want to know why I rep them? Well, I'm glad you asked. Our alliance for online stuff has been rapidly increasing. From streaming to keeping in touch with our loved ones to online banking. We'd like to think that that information of ours is safe, but as our online footprint increases, so does the need for proper security. So, in comes Surfshark, here to save the day, like Clark Kent retrieving a cat from a tree. It's a VPN service that protects your information by encrypting all the data that you send to the internet, keeping prying eyes from getting at it. But that's not all. Have you at all noticed that content can be restricted based on your geographical location? Well, with Surfshark, you can solve that problem by simply changing your location. Not only is this good for people who want to keep up with their favorite shows, but it can also be a vital tool for those who live in countries that heavily censor their people for whatever their reasons may be. It ain't quite teleportation, but it is about as close as we're gonna get right now. So, secure your privacy with Surfshark. Enter the coupon code JoshRabbit for an extra 3 months free at surfshark.com/JoshRabbit. Which means for something like a couple of bucks a month, you have the security of Sir Lancelot's race seat. And don't forget, you are going to have those 3 free months and a 30-day money-back guarantee as well. So what the bloody hell are you waiting for? So, thanks again to Surfshark for sponsoring this video. Now back to Cash App Grab Visa RB Race. I give up. As much as we mock their identity crisis, and believe me, I'll continue doing it, the strengthened relationship with Red Bull's main team amidst the domination means we're sure to see some improvement from these guys. Exactly the extent of this, I'm not so sure. The top 5s with this team may become less and less of a surprise, I'm gonna hazard a guess. And toward the end of last year, despite still being in a stage where people knew what to call them, they were already starting to get these results. I am a little bit confused here about Riggium's intentions. So they're now a proper full-fledged team that no longer serves as a testing ground or a junior team to make an all one, so they're competing against themselves now? Is that it? Right on. Gotcha. So, Vika, they'll have a good year performance-wise, but when they get the top 5s or even occasional podium, everyone still won't know what the hell to call them. At least when Doralton Capital took over Williams, they knew not to screw with the name. It's a legacy. It's a brand, even if they don't have the most money in F1 anymore. But that presents a problem for them, in that it doesn't allow for a lot of room for improvement, while the teams with $1 billion can outdevelop you just on the composition of the paint. Although some teams have gotten around that by not using any. It will point toward the budget cap, but even then, there's still the case of haves and have-nots. In Formula 1, Williams, though, have at least attempted to hide some of that carbon fiber on their car. However, unlike them go fast as those 24 Mustangs, this won't do all that much for the team. They're going to improve ever so slightly, but in the backdrop of other teams who will creep further up the grid, it'll leave them to stagnate in midfield hell. And because Logan Sargent is currently driving with the grace of a drunk on a slip and slide, crucial constructors points will go begging. Oh, how I yearn for the debut of Kimi Antonelli come 2025. Just one more thing before we move on. Mr. James Vowles, if you guys do happen to improve this year, and you get some more of that prize and sponsorship money, will you change your stance on Andretti's F1 entry, or am I expecting too much of you? I'm getting way too angry about this. Jesus. Alpine have the key ingredients to take themselves from midfield stragglers to a team fighting for top positions with their 100-race plan and a driver outfit that can only be referred to as stonks. But like Williams, I anticipate they too will stagnate in the running despite having two amazingly good drivers in the helmet and a paint job that screams, we're in trouble. That's not to say they won't have good results. It'll likely be a fairly close battle between themselves and V-Carb, Visa, Cash, Minardi, Alpha Tauri, whatever they're called. But eventually, as the race for supremacy within the team heats up, both Ocon and Gasly will start to rekindle some of that old bitter rivalry we had. And before you know it, we've got a damn soap opera which threatens to derail the train of La Resistance. But at least they're not going to fall back down the order. Aston Martin, it is said that Fernando Alonso will wait until the season starts and the car's performance is evident before he would consider a move to the vacant seat at Mercedes, if he even is the team's plan A. I don't know, but Mans might want to start negotiating contracts there now if my spidey senses are accurate. Some teams moving up, some have got to go down. What exactly would be the root cause of that, I'm not so sure. And I'm not sure why that would be for Mercedes either. But the talk out of that particular camp right now is disconcerting because they're either the best actors in the world or they're going to be in for some pain this year. A race win or two? Not sure that'll be on the cards. At least not without some Mickey Mouse tomfoolery thrown into the equation. Maybe the rumors of Lewis Hamilton wanting an early release to Ferrari wasn't total gaga after all. And now there is good reason, because Ferrari is no longer being led by the Italians, which means now they're a threat. Rennie Vasseur is slowly but surely gathering a group of people that can easily take Ferrari back to the promised land, provided they stop trying to run their power units on blackness. It gives off vibes that the Michael Schumacher and Jean-Todt era did, their side up in red cars, and everyone else give up on sight. But like all good things, none of this comes immediately or easily. For this year, however, they will at least build on what they've had, so I'm going to hazard a guess of around about 3 to 4 wins this year. The lion's share going towards Charles Leclerc, who will without a doubt will receive the better treatment now that Carlos Sainz has been shafted off to Sauber. Or at least, I think it'll be Sauber. Prediction within a prediction. Lads should have stayed at McLaren because they have risen from the ashes that they were smouldering in a few years ago. Although, at the beginning of last year, McLaren got off to a dreadful start. A good day for them, good to score points at all. But as the year went on, they rose to a point where the prospect of them scoring wins was becoming more and more a reality. And if you're a lunatic and you want to count sprint races, they kinda did do that. This year, however, it seems that they have a clear direction to go in. Two drivers who are well and truly proven in their craft. So 3 to 4 wins from this team this year, perhaps. Not including sprint races this time. Not that I want to jinx it or anything, but it's always good to see McLaren in contention for wins. For a team that has been around for as long as it has, that has as much history as it does. Not to throw shade at Red Bull or anything, but it just hits differently when McLaren win than when Red Bull win. Which is why it is with a heavy heart that I must inform y'all that the evil empire will continue its reign of terror over all those that don't like it. Last year was domination on a grand scale, although controversial opinion, not all of that was down to the car. The brutal combination of Max and Machine gave way to one of the most gruesome gruesomely boring seasons of Formula One that you also had to respect by nature of the fact that he made it look stupidly easy. Inject dihopium, folks, because that's about the only drug that's going to have us seeing the Red Bull get Trump this year. Either that or plunge through Frank Montetta's cabinet. My point does remain the same. They are going to have the best package this year. Maybe not the absolute fastest car, but as an overall package, it's still going to be ones. So that's my guess on the general form of the teams. So how's about the drivers, the combinations, who will win the teammate wars? Now remember, this is based on who I think will finish higher in the driver standings. Whether they drove better or not doesn't come into play here. Sound good? Can we move on? Yeah, you're so kind. Okay, so starting with Williams, we can immediately move on to Haas. Hulk and K-Mag were relatively neck and neck over the course of 2023, with Hulk having a stellar start to the year, while K-Mag began to pick up the pieces as the season went on. I can see Hulk being the better driver overall, and thus will remain in his seat for 2025 as a mentor for the incoming Hulk Bearman. But on the other hand, I predict that K-Mag will finish just ahead of him in the actual point standings. I know that doesn't make a hell of a lot of sense, but that's the world we live in. For VCARB, Ricciardo's experience may very well pay off and keep him ahead of Yuki Tsunoda, though it won't be by a hell of a lot. Yuki might not quite be a born-again Senna, but he does deserve our respect, at least more than what he actually does. Sauber's battle won't be as close as many think it'll be, because as decent a job as Zhou Guanyu has done in his time in Formula 1, Valtteri Bottas has been the better driver by a long margin, and I really can't see that changing in his third year of the game, unless he brings out some big improvements. Although, if there is one thing that Zhou has over him already, he does have some killer threats week in and week out. Although, that's not a tough battle, considering Valtteri doesn't really have any threats. Alpine may very well have the closest battle between drivers. Ocon and Gasly can barely be separated by much on race weekends, sometimes to the detriment of themselves. So choosing a winner here would be a pure guess. Well, all of these are, aren't they? Anyway, as for the winner here, screw it. I'll just run with Gasly. He's more French than Ocon is. Take that. Aston Martin. Next, Mercedes may view George Russell as the future. Lewis Hamilton will remind them that it might have been worth paying an extra $300 billion over 4 years to keep him in the saddle, unless Kimi Antonelli continues to waiting. Over at McLaren, things are going to get interesting. With Pastry in his second year in the game, he's going to want to prove his worth, and he will. But Lando Norris, I reckon, will have his best season to date, and all them times where he crumbled under pressure, like the Dallas Cowboys in the postseason, will be a distant memory, never to be remembered. That is when you forget the Red Bull competition. And let me reiterate, it will not be easy for Lando, because Oscar is a point machine. Carlos Sainz is one too, but with Ferrari backing Charles Leclerc to the hills, and with the Italian influence being whittled away in lieu of reliability and cognizant function, nothing can possibly stand between Leclerc and great success, aside from himself. Obviously, and finally, Red Bull. I wish I could say that. I really do. But frankly, you know, Max is a monster. So, just in case you didn't catch who was who in the zoo there, here's a list of them all. Screenshot it, write it down, make it into a cave painting. I don't know. Either way, I don't doubt this is going to get interesting in the comments, because when does it never? But to round off these predictions, who's going to be the champions? I am going to include the feeder series into this and go in ascending order. Starting off with F1 Academy, it will be a close battle between those at the Premier Racing outfits, and ultimately, Dorian Pin, Jordan Fitz, and Formula 4 champion, taking wins in both the Southeast Asia and UAE championships. Matter of fact, it will be Prema drivers who will take out the Formula 3 and Formula 2 titles as well. And so, I don't know if it left, but the Prema tag is well and truly back. The Formula 3 champion will likely be Alpine Jr. and the Formula 2 championship will likely go down between the two drivers at Prema. And I'm going to put a totally unfair amount of expectation on the kid here and say that the Formula 2 champion for 2024 will be Andrea Kimi Antonelli. Sorry, Bear, but of course, you want to know who will be the Formula 1 champions, right? Okay, so Constructors champions, Red Bull. As a package, they've got everything they need. And I just can't see anyone stopping them. At least, not until next year. Or the year after that. Or maybe the year after that. But when it comes to the World Drivers' Championship, I'm all out of hopium. Max Verstappen will become a 4-time world champion this year. He's just too good. I know, car this and car that. But A, when is that never gonna be the case? And B, if you give Max anything more powerful than a pencil sharpener, he's gonna find a way to win it. And that about does it for this year's predictions. If even half of these things turn out to be right, I'd be surprised to begin with. But hey, it's all fun. And that's what we've got to remember. It's important to have some fun. Let's hope that no matter who the hell wins, that it's a good close season. Oh yeah. One more prediction to add here. Lance Stroll will get his debut win, just like he would every other year before this one, but this time for real. Maybe.
Playing this children's card game for 10 years, and there's one thing I have never been able to accomplish: getting 12 wins in arena. The most I've ever gotten is 11, and to this day it causes me great despair that I have never been able to get that 12th win. But today everything changes. Just in case you have never played arena, this is how it works. You pick a class, then you pick a card out of 3 times until you have it completed. You then use that deck in the arena against other decks that people have also
experimental pill.
3 times, your run is over. Recently, the Hearthstone team made a pretty drastic change to Arena. Before, to get a legendary card, it was completely random. Now, every time you start a draft, you're guaranteed one legendary at the beginning. Which means if you get a legendary at the start, you can get 12 wins that much easier, right? You have 3,420 golds. Do this until I get a really Warlock is the #1 class in Arena. Why do I know this? Because I just went on HS Replay. Yogg Saron as the first legendary is kind of sick, right? Flint has to be so much value. I'm gonna go with Yogg. President Yogg Saron seemed like a really good legendary to start with. And the cards that I drafted for the best class in Arena currently were pretty great. Honestly, I felt like this deck could go to 12 wins on my very first try. I feel pretty confident about this. What do you guys think? This deck's already broken? Oh god, look at that name. You know that name's serious. We have a mech on board, he can't answer. If he can't answer this mech, we actually slap his ass so fucking hard. Here, this is juicy. We get the 2 damage one. Let's clap. Because this is a bag of foundation on this. We don't. I wasn't even worried. It was so free. Do I need one? I just killed it. I'm not playing that card. I won't shut the hell up. I'm gonna do this. Let's go. Confidence through the roof, but things were about to turn for the worse. God, he got tested. Oh fuck. L. This is a. Ew, what? If I'm dead here, I'm gonna be so upset. There's no way. He just coined into Grom into the fire. It's fine. Now I figure it out why I don't have to wins. It's only 155. There's also just a little bit of luck to get to the pile too. No, it's fine. Oh my god, coin Breath of Dreams, it's fucking lost. Okay, we pick Odin, but if the deck sucks, we just reset. Odin is such bait. We're only picking decks that are 12 wins. I gotta go with despair. Things weren't really going to plan. It turned out getting a period. And he's an 8-mana 8/8 now. How is he not good enough? Even a card like Dragon Queen Alex, which is a very great card for Arena, is not enough to kill him. As I started to believe that my dream of getting was gonna fail. This is the one. Class in the game, finally. Class. This could be the class that's gonna take me all the way to 12 wins. All right, let's see if we got this. Okay, this is it. Guys. That's 9 wins, dude. Oh my god. Promised land. If it misses, we cry ourselves to sleep. Am I really about to put 9 wins on the risk? Fuck it. I'm a gamer.
Justice.
Gold, retiring runs after the first loss. But watch this game against this mage. Does this druid even have a chance to get 12 wins? Mage. Can I get a play with her?
Death.
I need this to trade a little bit on the shot. If I can play this fine. This is good. Alright, I don't know if I have duplicates in the deck since Bobby and Sarah. Yo, this one more. They took it a second 8 trap. Actually, it's I'm gonna lose this because I didn't play cards. That's scary. I feel like I'm just gonna lose. We just did nothing for so long.
Temperance.
Oh, I'm dead! Because he has 2. That's fucked! Oh my god! Arena is deranged! Who plays this? Do I just concede? Like, what do we do here? I think it's all over. What do I concede? What do I concede? What do I concede? I think with my next draw is I just concede, right? Because if I coin a living body, what does that really do for me? It's gonna gonna save my ass. Oh, it's just so bad. I can't look. I'll be right back. I died. All the content I had earlier was completely gone. There was no way I was on my own. Doomsayer Paul. Let's be real here. I'm a great player, right? You would say the exact same thing.
You are probably one of.
I mean, the fact that I haven't got 12 wins in arena is absolutely ridiculous. This is what we need. We need you are my final.
Personally, you're great, obviously. Well, right now you need something. So I think it's a new draft, and then we'll have to see if we actually believe that it can go 12. Maybe one in. Yeah.
I will say, the methodology I've been using, and I in my chat that I'm retiring decks because I don't need it. That you also say that.
Yeah, I would love to see you. So yeah, chat always thinks you have a good deck. 90% of the time your deck sucks, at least if you're trying to do 12. Some kind of like you can get lucky. I swear I had a streak of like 5 to 6 decks where it was just like, I'm not playing this. I'm not playing this. I think I only retired like 3 of them because chat started getting mad at me calling me a barcode. Are you familiar with the barcode?
A barcode is an account that is usually botted in order to get a really absurd arena draft. They will keep retiring decks until they hit the absolute spot. And almost all of the time, the names of that account literally look like a barcode. One final question before we even begin. How often would you say you get 12 wins?
Out of total decks or out of decks that I choose to play?
Let's say out of the decks you choose to play. Sample size.
Oh, maybe 1 out of 4.
Okay, I feel like honestly that's actually really good. 1 out of 4.
I mean,
1 out of 20.
let's take Mage. Yeah, let's just take Mage and get like 6x games.
It's looking like a retire egg already. Game plan is you need Sledge on Wheels and you need to throw what's a Moisture River, that thing that kills your sledges and then does a bunch of damage. So you basically need a bunch of those type of cards to win. And things like Sunspot, Dragon Ball, Insane, and Warlock is the deal. So just get a bunch of those. Yeah, just. Okay. Oh, nice try. Okay, this one. This one for sure. I'm gonna use my ring stones.
Let's. Yeah, we're gonna need to dig deep here.
Ooh, okay. Run it back.
I would actually go deep here.
Really?
Like, yeah. Trust me, we're just gonna get all the wolves. If we don't, it's an easy retire. But this is a way to go 12 for sure.
All right, I have never played Demon Hunter yet, so let's see how this goes.
Yeah, those. I mean, these are bad.
Death Knight.
Yeah, Death Knight.
Okay, so do you think this is capable of getting to 12 wins? Be honest with me. This is like I think above average, definitely the best what we've seen so far.
It's like honestly, this deck could probably go 7, 8, 9.
That's not it.
I just don't think the problem is you get frost strike. So the frost really does well as you get. So we're full health. I would run my team run this time. You can roll up to 5.
Let's be real, this is retiring.
Yeah, you're already. Why Frost Strikes? Chat, what do you guys think? Can this deck do it? I mean, Frost Strike is basically you're looking for Reska. Pretty decent.
It's not the worst. We also have Alex. I feel like Alex is pretty good for this.
I think it's a fun draft, but I genuinely don't think it will go 12. Just play a game. Yeah, I do this sometimes too. Play a game, or maybe two. See how it feels. And then you'll kind of
If I lose the first one, it's an auto retire. Like, I don't worry about it.
yeah, I probably will.
Really? Did you know you could buy packs for 100 gold in the store instead of paying 150 gold for one pack in Arena?
Listen, chatter. Listen. Just wait till we get 12, and it will all be worth it. Okay, it's an investment. Come on, baby. This has got to be the one. All right. Yes, just to get every wolf, It's retire already. I would honestly. It's actually not retire. I said the Demon Hunter can do okay without. I would take Pud and just be like, maybe I'll get some ogre gang.
He's good chat.
I've had, yeah. I mean, he has good stats when the game launched. I've had it with just one ogre and it was okay. Yeah, it was fine. Yeah, I'd probably go Whelp over Ganon, but they're both good cards.
Okay.
Dragons kind of.
I mean, it's worse for if we think we're gonna get wolves. I can just take.
Yeah, I mean, I don't. You can take
Wheel
Geomancer.
of Fortune.
Yeah, that's one card beater. Disciple's good. Okay, we need some of those. Mindbender is probably the best card.
Okay.
Yeah, Scarab is just so understated these days. Yeah, outlaws. Nether outlaws.
Maybe this in case Outcast
you can take the
Outcast?
1 or the 3. Yeah, I'm okay with either of them.
I'll take the one.
Elidari's good. I would take that.
Over Oasis, right?
Yeah. 'Cause you already got two. It's still a good finisher. It's not the best ones. You or yeah, it's right. But everyone complained about in Arena, but now it's probably Argonite's so bad in Arena. I would just take the over. Okay, there we go. We got one. Okay, this deck has potential if we get a few more. I don't really like Runefield much anymore. I would probably stick with Aurora. I just want to curve and be able to play wolves. Yes, it's another Aurora. It's great.
It's good.
It's good. Yeah. Probably their Chaos Strike, but Char's okay too. Okay. Yeah. Okay. All right.
How many wolves?
Let's say like 4 either 2 midnight rolls and 2 Elidari or something like that. I would take Ganon.
Wait, okay, we're going one. We're kind of chilling. This is fine.
Yeah, it's okay. It can be a highlight card.
Okay.
Yeah, sure. Yep.
We have a
Yeah, I'm okay with that. Or Pocket Sand. Probably wealthier.
Well, we just get them.
We're kind of okay. 3. Okay.
Back.
Okay. Just like one Elidari studies. Maybe I'd be okay with that. Maybe we already have one Chaos Strikes. I don't love the card, but Spectral Side probably will let that run. Probably just take a Sky Talon as well.
Okay. Other than our curve giving us the middle finger, any thoughts?
Yeah, I mean, it's not a bad Demon Hunter deck. It's, I think, it's chat, what do you guys think? You have 3 Midnight Wolves, which is good, but you have Kingpin Pud with no ogre. Elidari is pretty good. I think this one's like borderline. This one, chat, what do you guys think?
Borderline 12.
Give it a shot. Okay, I'll even do the one game thing. Okay. I would just probably just keep Disciple.
I think playing this one too is good.
No, because like my attitude when I play Demon Hunters, I just want wolves. Like I just want wolves in the draft. Like just give me all wolves. So that, so that's what I hate, right? Like then again, like this is why even the Elidari is a good card. Sometimes I hate it. Like my whole game plan will be just get the wolves in the left. So I'll keep like cheap cards, and then if I have a really low curve, then you can play Elidari on 1. We'll just like eventually be able to play all your cards to the left, and then you can get wolves out on like 5 sometimes. Right. That makes sense. So you just have to become 1 with the wolf. Yeah, so this is like the thing. It's just so painful every time that you have a big character walking it out. You're just like,
It's like the only card too.
I know. So I've had runs like this where Demon Hunter, and it just feels so bad because you're just like staring at that one card that you drew.
Yeah. I mean, if we lose this game, I can't even blame the deck here. We just got unlucky, right?
All right, get that ogre in there. Go get him. Jesus. Actually, he's not ogre. He's an ogre.
Oh God. Awesome.
Yeah. Wolves.
I'm starting to think, dude, that.
I said I just want to chain wolves, so I took.
Yeah. Okay.
Ancient recall.
Two studies, so it was like 6 total ways to get those.
Dude, that's 12,
Yeah.
right? That's 12?
Yeah,
The Hierophant.
yeah, so here I just like, yeah, always Zola and just Dimolus.
I think this guy might be a furry. We're going 12 phase, right?
Yeah, I go 12 phase and kill the 3/2. Using spell power to fly for it.
Let's go.
Isaac!
God, it's...
Even 5 is fine. I'll keep the coin.
Okay. Ron, I don't think I can ever play with you again. You literally do this like, why?
Bro,
The
tell me it's
Illidari's
not
on the
rigged.
left, and then... Oh, you are cursed. I mean, I would... This game...
Continue to try to get it out of your thoughts.
Yeah, I would not play any more of this. I'm not... See, now,
Look at that.
now you're learning. You're
I'm
gonna
finally a good player.
skip the wolf and then find another wolf. Oh, good. Now we'll copy.
That's crazy. Do we trade this?
Probably would just go face.
Really?
Oh,
Look at this?
No. I mean, I would just use the rushes to kill the minions. Oh, right. You do. I really hope it's not for a while. I hope you bring this to 12, and then it's a perfect YouTube video. No pressure. You know, good luck.
Thanks, dude. I appreciate you coming.
Thanks. Yeah, thanks for having me on. It was fun. I appreciate the chat. It's always nice to collab with different people. Good luck with your journey, and good luck with your already gameplay later.
After Dreads left, I was feeling but unfortunately, this one was not even close to getting 12 wins. I have spent 5,000 gold trying to get 12 wins. This ended up being a lot harder than I expected. Then I remember something Dreads said to me.
I would actually go Demon Hunter.
Really?
Yeah. Multiples. If you don't, it's easy to retire, but it's to go 12 for sure.
The wolves come. Great start. Oh God. Statue? Slow as fuck, but like. Yes. Probably cars. Listen, I don't want to fucking say something here, but this actually might be the best deck we've had so far. Okay, we can set it on this one. Yeah, I'm gonna keep that. You wanna get? We don't want to top deck it here. It can't be like this. That's, you know what? Not bad. Where were you? Where were you? You! Be on the mic. settings, and that's my favorite part of the stream. So you guys, some of you might be like, what the fuck's... I don't know how to feel. Is that the legendary? That was the first legendary he picked? Really? I should have played this. It's fine. He's only just got... Nice cock! Let's go! Huge! Yo, this is kind of gas though. Kind of worked out in the end, if you think about it. If you think about it logically here, it kind of worked out. Chat. Every fucking Blizzard employee comes in here and just yells at me. It's alright. I don't. I can take it. I can handle it. I'm in this game for a sub, or a sub right
Strength.
Fucking rigged. Fucking rigged. It's fucking rigged. Holy rigged. Oh my god. This is so fucking rigged.
Okay, nice. Okay, no,
Oh Jesus.
This is so stressful. This is damage. These are wolves. There's no way of getting lethal, right? One draw for Kane? I wasted so much money on Arena. I wasted so much money on this. If I could just get this done right now, I think I keep my wolves at high health and just kill this short. Oh, that's a real. I'm going fade. You're gonna try to score me, right? that from these fucking delinquents in chat. I think it was a letter. This might make sense just because he only gets 4 life back. Like, he only getting 4, right? So, like, that way I keep playing. This doesn't have rush. This guy has life. If this is explosive, I'm just dying of cringe, right? I like my play. I like my play. I like my play. Chat. I thought my play was good. It is not even close. This is my best run by far. Yeah. I don't know what the forge card is, but I don't give up. Oh! I'll worry about it later. That was too much. Okay. I mean, that sucks, but it's fine. Weapon.